And it was about now that I decided, why am I doing this?
Powered by Ocho.
Hey, welcome back to Powered by 8 Racing YouTube channel. It's been a little bit, but we're starting to make some more progress on the car. Today's goal and this week's goal, or the coming week's goals, I don't know how long it's going to take. It's going to take more than a day for me, just because I don't have a lot of time right now to be wrenching. But what I've decided to do is flip the intake on the car. As you know, I have a waterfall hood, and presently the way that the intake, it comes out this way through the waterfall into the side under the frame rail, and it picks up air from down here. I don't want to do that any longer. I want to flip the intake, put the throttle body in through the car, shoot an elbow that way to the window, pull air from that side of the car, box it out, and do that. But it is a huge undertaking, and it's going to be a lot of work, because when we designed my cage, I didn't expect any of this. So with my cage, you will see this bar, instead of coming straight across to the other side, it goes in. And because it goes in, this bar needs to be cut out, that bar needs to be cut out, and it needs to be cut out from the top. So all these systems have to come off temporarily, but I've got all these systems in place. The plan right now is going to be cutting this out. I'll run a string across the front there, get everything set back where it needs to be. I'm not going to remove everything, but what I'm going to do is just remove everything and lay it on the ground. Once it's on the ground, I'll throw plastic down just to keep all the bits that are going to be cut, all the shavings. And then I'll put down some fire blankets, for welding and stuff like that. I'll put that down over the plastic so the plastic doesn't melt while I'm grinding and things like that. And hopefully that does it. But to make things easier, I'm going to start with removing the windshield. Obviously this is a Opti-Armory windshield, so it's just plexiglass that's just bolted in all over the place. Not too big of a deal, except the way that I connected these finally was with like an RTV or something like that, if I recall. Same with the strip up there, which wasn't necessary, but just to make things look nice, I put them back on. We might not be able to save them now, just because I think they might get ruined coming back off. So let me get the cowl off, let me get these off, that off, start taking all of these bolts back out, and that'll free up the middle of the car. I can start taking off systems. It's a little bit easier to do from this side versus that side. So that's where we are. Right, so window is out. As you can see, it is hollow. And now you can see also how that's going to give me access to cut that welds, cut this off, I'll cut it there, and then I'll cut it right over here. And then the bar is going to come from that to there, and then we'll have to cut this in half. And yeah, so let me get after it. Right, so day 2, like I said, I don't get much time. Windshield is out. Today's goal is to try to get as much of the stuff off of this bar as I can today. That's just going to be some zip ties here, holding up some wires. Looks like these two hose clamps that kind of just holds this on I'll take this monitor down just because this is gonna get floppy once that's off. Undo it from the front, and then I think it's 4 more back there, and there's a bunch of zip ties that hold those wires on. And that's pretty much it. It should be pretty easy. We'll get that done and knocked out hopefully pretty quickly, and then I've got to just kind of get this stuff off and route it around and whatnot. It's like the antenna and cameras, things like that, so no big deal. All right, let's get at it. All right, I saved you from the boring time lapse. Wasn't much. I was just undoing a couple fittings and stuff like that, and it was about now that I decided, why am I doing this? But I know why I'm doing it. I need to do it. It's the right way to do it. But gosh, it's a lot of work. It's one of those projects, you know, you start and you get into and you're like, why am I doing this? But I'm here. So anyways, let me show you what I got going on. So everything's basically off the bar. This is hanging over the top and I can't really tuck it behind it. But once I get the bar cut up and stuff, it'll come off of it. This is just over the top. So I got to cut it here. I think I'm gonna take my bandsaw and I'm gonna just cut it here and then maybe cut it over there or in the middle, a couple spots, just to make it easier to take out as in a couple pieces versus one solid piece. And then the bandsaw will be a little bit easier to cut than using like a Sawzall or something and trying to get a Sawzall blade in here rattling around and just, you know, how it bottoms out and hits stuff when it goes all the way through. But if I can cut it here, then I can not have to really worry about like a big bar falling when I get close and I have something to grip and kind of just pry around. So that's kind of my idea. If it works, I don't know, but yeah, so if you're my friend and you watch my videos, which I doubt anybody does, but if you are a friend that watches my videos, I blame this on you, because you should have stopped me from doing this. I know a couple asked me why I was doing it, but nobody said not to do it. So it's your fault, not my fault. Oh, so anyways, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hang plastic. I'm gonna tuck plastic up underneath all of this stuff and cover everything that I can with the plastic. And then I'll put the welding blankets over everything that's gonna get grinded on. That way all the grinds and stuff go into the welding blanket and not into all the metal onto this and melts the plastic while I'm doing it. So anyways, that's what we're doing. There's my wad of wires so that you can't really see when the car's together. All right. Here we go. All right, so this is the plan. Just throw some plastic in just to cover like this area. Right now I'm just gonna be using the bandsaw, so it shouldn't throw stuff everywhere. Once I pull out the grinding wheels and things like that to start, you know, sanding areas down, then of course that's going to be a little bit bigger of a mess, and I'll address that a little bit differently. But this should catch a lot of the shavings that comes off of the bandsaw. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to go ahead and cut it here, and probably in the middle somewhere, up at the top, down here somewhere, and then obviously on the other side. All right, here we go. All right. I got the bandsaw out. It's going to be a little too bulky, so it's unfortunate because I guess I imagined it was smaller than it was. I'm going to try to get as close as I can here. Maybe I won't. I'll just do it here. There's one down. I think I should be okay here. There's one bar. All right. We have access. This folds in, this folds in, this folds in. And this folds in. And that is that. All right, so check this out. This is just one of the corners that kind of collected a bunch of that. I didn't want that to fall into the car and have to vacuum it and clean it because it was going to get everywhere. All right, we are on day 4. This is taking forever. Anyways, we left off with cutting those bars out, and today we are ready to get the hole cut. So we are going to cut a hole right there, there. A couple things that I noticed was my fire extinguisher line, fire system line goes across there, which I think is going to be another way, and also my brake line I had routed that way. But those are things that I did, so I can redo them. We will see where it ends up. I might just have to cut the brake line and make a new one, no big deal. And then the fire extinguisher line or fire system line, I can disconnect from over here and then route it up and over. There's plenty of line left because of the way that it was routed. I will have line to play with and move it with no issues. So anyways, what I need to do is get this cradle mounted back where it belongs now that it's all cleaned up. And then this is a mock-up block. This is just foam, so we can just move it around very easily and not have to break our backs and move a aluminum or iron block from the junkyard around. That's the goal. So anyways, got to get that on. And then when we get that on, we need our engine mounts, which are here, which you can see this one obviously wasn't tight at some point and rattled around and busted itself up. So that's no good. We will make sure it's tight this time, or I don't know when it happened. Anyways, and then these need to be fixed. Oh, there we go. That'll fit right there and right there. This is the G-Speed mount for the daily dry sump. So it's a custom mount, and then we use this, and we use this on. So we use this one with this, and then this one has another bracket someplace, which I don't know where it is, which is not good because we kind of need it. All right, well, I'll look for it. Hopefully I didn't leave it on the old block, because if I left it on the block, it's gone. It is gonna be in the dumpster. No, I would have had to take it off, right? Because I took that chunk off and that was holding that chunk on. It's somewhere in this mess. All right, let's get at it. All right, so this is pretty easy. I'll tighten this heads down so they don't move around once we put the intake on it. But the motor mount, obviously this is the back here. This is the front. So this one, I found that other piece from that other motor mount. That goes there. Let me grab the other motor mount for this side here and get it attached. For now, I'll do that. So you can kind of see what's going on right here. This is where it comes out of the firewall. You've got 2 brake lines and the clutch slave comes out here. So yeah, that's where that all is. And I just got to take it off of this top one, which then goes up and over. So let's see. Too big. All right, so one other thing we have to address with this is the fuel rails. So obviously this would be the front of the car this way, and we have our main fuel lines here. This is a fuel pressure sensor, and this comes back to the main fuel line that comes from the gas tanks. Well, once we flip this, then obviously everything's different. So we are going to have to rotate these, and I'm hoping that just like all the other LS stuff, everything kind of just fits in the same manner. I'll probably have to redo these mounts. I believe those are going to be having to stay, but the rest should. All right, so first things first we're seeing is this area has to be cut out. So I can't even go past that until that's gone. So that has to be eliminated. Okay, so let me grab my marker and start marking stuff up. So I know I got to cut all this out here. I've got to cut all this out here. I was really hoping I didn't have to cut that out, but apparently I do. This is like that's like the main support for this front cowl. But I think once it's gone, it won't matter too much. So, okay, got my handy body saw. I think that's what it's called. I don't know what it's called. This always does a pretty good job. Quick work of fiberglass and things. Let's see what we got here now. So I think the throttle body being on there is going to cause this to be even bigger. I think it's going to come out to here because that motor of the throttle body sticks out to the side here, so that's going to be there. Use this just as a kind of like a guide. All right, so I saved you some hassle because the camera died. But anyways, as you can see, I've got it flipped around there. I notched it out. I flipped the throttle body, I rotated 180 degrees, put that over there. On the other side, there is a hole in the firewall that's been patched with an aluminum panel, and it would have been notching out the aluminum panel. It was just easier just to notch the fiberglass. Anyways, what's going to happen from here, and that'll be in a different episode, is we will plumb that. And on the inside of the car, you will see here where it comes through right here. And then it's going to come, I'm going to use a silicone tube, so it'll be a little bit more flexible. It's going to ride along that. And then that aluminum panel there, I'm going to take off, and then I'm going to use that to get air into the air filter via the cowl. I think that's the way to do it. If not, that's okay. I've got to cut that area out anyways, just to make room for the filter. So I got to order some more parts. So I'm going to end this episode here. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. We will see you next time.
Powered by Ocho.